Okay, we are live. Hello and welcome.
Hello
Hello.
to our third time playing uh Told by Starlight on this game on this channel. Fuck.
Off to a fantastic
It's my
start.
first time, and I am
Yeah,
very excited.
it's so welcome to Indie TTRPG Nights. Having some fun issues with the video, but that's fine. It'll sort itself out.
I
Um
think it sucks because the audience cannot see Oliver.
yeah, you're also like
Oh
your
no.
head is completely out of frame. We're up to a great start.
Yes. All we can see is your shirt, which,
Yeah,
well,
which
it
is a
is a fabulous
Good.
shirt.
That's all I want to be seen is my shirt and my cat.
Exactly. All right. So we're playing it fast and loose tonight. We're off to a little late start. That's okay. Um, we're playing Told by Starlight for the third time this stream ever. Just
Yep.
taking a sip of my iced tea because that's the kind of night
Sip
we're
sip.
having. Um, so yeah, we're here to play Told by Starlight by Ryan Kahn. Um, Hi, Hoofless. Welcome. Thank you. This layout is awesome. Thank you. I work hard to make sure the overlays look adequate. But
Avery
yeah.
does all of the layovers and I think she's very good at it.
All right. So we're gonna be playing Told by Starlight, which I said this is the third time me saying that because I'm a
For the
little
third time we're
nervous,
playing it.
and the third time we're playing it. Uh, so the first thing we do in this game, this wonderful game, is we make a little star chart, which we have done here, as you can see. Um, all right, so I'm trying to remember the first things we have to do. So the basic premise of this game, if you've never played it before, is or haven't watched us play it before, is we create constellations, and then using these constellations, we tell stories based off of what they mean, what they look like, and create a mythology to build a world off of. So, um, so our mythology, I'm going to read directly from the PDF or the rules here. Your mythology will be populated with icons, incredible individuals who play a role in making your world what it is. Each of these icons are based on a character archetype. Each archetype helps color the icon, who the icon is, and their role in the stories. It shows how they might relate to other characters and what motivations they may have. You can find all the archetypes at the end of this book, which I will do. So, everyone, we each create an icon. So, we're going to have three icons. Bless you. Um, good sneeze. That was good. That was a good sneeze.
Thanks.
All right. Um. Oh boy. Okay. So we're each going to have. So we're going to have three icons to make. So Vico, why don't you start making us an icon?
Oh boy, oh boy. Um, so you don't have to draw a card for the icons, but it can be helpful. Um, or wait, never mind. Ignore that.
Never
Ignore
mind.
that. Um, I'm gonna. So you choose an archetype from the list of archetypes that you're given.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't look at these beforehand, and
It's
I have
it's only
many
the third time
ideas,
we're
and
playing this. It's fine.
I know I have many ideas. Um,
I also have too many ideas and
let's see.
have been sitting here for the past like 15 minutes trying to figure out which one to go with.
Well, you're next, so.
Nyeh. Ah.
Do you want Moon to go first?
I can go first if you want.
Yes.
Okay.
Okay. I am going to pick the Oracle.
Okay.
Hell yes.
And it says flashes of insight that some call divine visions, the burden of knowing. And now I have to try and do this. Where do I put it? Ah, this is perfect actually. Except it's not working. There we go. Apologize for the shakiness of my lines,
It's okay.
but you get the point. And is there a way to type in a text box?
There
Here?
should be on the left side. Thought there was.
I don't think so. Not on this website.
Okay, that's fine.
Oh yeah, you have to write it. You can just draw it. Like, yeah. It's don't worry about it looking legible because I draw with my right hand on here, so. Okay.
Yeah, Avery is naturally right-handed. Or left-handed. Fuck.
There we go. The Raven.
The Raven. There we go.
E.
E.
Okay, I have an idea.
Oh wow, Rico coming in with an idea. Hot off the presses.
Hot off the presses. Just let me figure out how best to execute it. Had to kind of curve that one. There we go. And this is the archer.
Okay.
Ooh.
And which archetype is it? Is this?
The betrayer.
Ooh.
Ooh.
I am not. The only reason my writing is even semi-legible, which it isn't, is because I'm using a tablet. Unfortunately, my handwriting, no matter what, is always ugly as sin.
All right. Now it's my turn.
It
Indeed.
is. It's your turn. Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna do so. The archetype I'm gonna pick is the healer,
Ooh.
and sorry, I'm just trying to decide.
See, it's not. It's not.
It's
that
not easy. It's not easy.
I'm really sad about the camera issues. Because Oliver
Yeah,
is very cute and deserves to be on camera.
it's true. Oh, Moon is gone.
Oh,
Moon is back.
My computer decided to close everything on me for no apparent
Oh my
reason.
gosh.
yeah. Sometimes computers are bad.
Hang on.
So which one did you pick, Avery?
I picked the healer.
Here. Cool.
So this is gonna be different than we do. So I think I'm gonna call this the wellspring.
Ooh, I like it.
As I
Neat.
go and attempt to see if I can do it with my left hand. Whoops. Nope, that's not gonna happen. Oh boy. Okay, let me.
Maybe I shouldn't have worn a black shirt. Makes it harder to see the
You
black
have a
cat.
cat. Yes. But he's so cute. I want to pet him and give him all of the snuggles.
I want that for you as well, Moon. I think everyone should
Ah.
experience Oliver in person at least once in their life.
Trying really hard here.
Captions, please. I said Oliver.
There we go.
You did it.
Did it.
I love it. It looks like a bucket.
It's pretty much is a bucket.
I like it.
But it's the wellspring. The place where people go to be healed.
Awesome.
All right, so those are our icons. So when everyone is finished, introduce your icon. Once, so we've
No.
all, which we've done, sort of. So actually, why don't we do this? Moon, tell us a little bit about the Raven.
I was expecting that. So
Nope.
the reason the Oracle is represented by a raven is because in whatever culture this star chart exists in, ravens were seen as a sign of good fortune and almost, I guess, like a good luck charm. And that sort of over time evolved into this myth about an oracle who could take the form of a raven and basically would like search out people who were experiencing difficult times for whatever variety of reasons and would appear to them in their raven form and would sort of give them whatever sign or whatever they were looking for, you know, if things were going to get better. So yeah,
Nice.
that's why the Oracle is a raven.
I love that. Okay. Pika, tell me about the archer.
I know I was supposed to be thinking in the interim, but Oliver got cat hair in my gulab jamun, and I'm really upset about it.
That's okay.
But okay. Okay. Can't eat it. It's covered in cat hair.
That'll teach you to eat on stream.
The amount of times I have eaten on this stream is too much.
It's not professional. We're a professional group now.
Are we?
No, we're not.
Are we sure about that?
A girl can dream. A girl can dream.
My head is still slightly cut off. In
And for some reason, my video has just ceased to work.
fuck.
I wish
We're having
I
a
knew.
great time tonight. Anyway,
I wish I knew.
the archer is the betrayer archetype. Let me think about this. So I have the arrow of the archer pointed at the raven because I figure there's something like shooting down or attempting to shoot down the raven. Um, in their original like form, the archer was just an individual who kind of had a dissatisfying life with some hardships in it and decided to take that out on the sort of the emblem of or representation of fate rather than and has but over time has become regretful of this action and now is sort of the patron of people who change their ways uh, and who try to mend uh, hurts that they may have caused.
I really like that.
Thanks. I made that up on the spot because I'm still thinking about Michael of Jamun.
That's what RPGs are about. This is called
That's
improv.
That's what this is. It's improv, baby.
That's improv, baby.
All right. So the wellspring. Wellspring is a place, not a person, but there is a person connected to it. Generally, it's a mantle passed down. It's more of a title and less of a actual person who lives for like forever as an icon or a deity would want to do. No, normally they're just called like the protector of the wellspring, the guardian, generally things like that. But they are the patron of safe spaces. I would say spaces that exist to provide healing and not just physical healing, but like social, mental, emotional healing. Places where people can feel safe and can both heal and be healed. Heal and be healed. There we go. Trying to think what else I should mention about the wellspring. Many places that follow like the faith of the wellspring have generally have a wellspring in it, or some depiction of a wellspring if it's not possible for them to have a wellspring there. Stuff like that. See, I made that up on the spot too. It's called improv.
Hey,
It's
I'm gonna
almost like
change
we're
mine.
playing a game that's all about improv.
Whoa!
Whoa.
You all missed my very sarcastic, shocked face when I said that.
I know, and oh. All right. So, when everybody's finished, so after all the icons have been introduced, take turns telling a tale describing your icon's relationship with one other icon. And then, yeah.
So I think mean, that was already covered with the Archer, but I think the original Oracle, not necessarily came from a wellspring, but let's see, spent significant amounts of time at a wellspring, sort of, this is such a cliche phrase, and I wish there was a better way to say it.
Go
But
for
all
it.
I'm coming up with is figure out who they were. And it's like, it's such a cheesy phrase. But it's not like they received an instruction manual for how to be an oracle.
Right.
And so there was a lot of confusion and frustration and growing pains that went into figuring out their gift. And I think a lot of that happened at a wellspring.
Right. How does the, because we sort of know the relationship between the Archer and the Raven, or maybe do you want to elaborate more on that, or because how are
I
they
guess
now?
a little, because I've been thinking, I've been letting it percolate in my brain, and I kind of want the Archer to be a bit more of a like Judas Iscariot figure, but if Judas had been given the chance to be redeemed and make amends.
Okay.
I don't know if that actually happened. I was raised Catholic, but I don't know shit. So,
No, he doesn't. He doesn't get the chance to. He.
which is weird for a religion that's all about forgiveness, right? The expressions you're making.
We don't have. This isn't a theology course. We don't have
We
time.
don't have time to unpack all that. um, whoops. So, I think maybe there was a bit of like outside forces that aren't not even necessarily outside forces, but the Archer was sort of led into this like idea that if you can just shoot down the Oracle, if you can shoot down the Raven, then your luck will change. But as soon as they let that arrow fly and injured this innocent bird who really had nothing to do with like their own life problems, it was very much a like scapegoating thing. Like the actual causes of the Archer's life problems were like, actually, it's not us, it's the Oracle over there. Maybe you should do something about that. But as soon as the Archer let that arrow fly and injured the Raven, they kind of had this moment of, oh shit, that was a bad decision, and I feel bad about it.
So has the Archer spent the rest of time trying to make amends for that? Or
yes.
like what? Okay, cool.
Like, at first there was a bit of like justifying it and like going, well, but it's not really my fault. But then like slowly they kind of have different stages that represent the different like stages of coming to terms with one's own responsibility. And there's probably some like conflicting stories about whether or not the Raven ever forgave them. But the thing that is kind of agreed upon is that they did apologize, and not just apologize, but like go on to do acts of kindness in the world that would make up for their actions.
Cool. I like it.
Raven, Explorer Rowan says ravens have strong opinions about being shot at. Yes, they do.
Explorer Rowan and I played a Star Trek Adventures game, and their character has a pet raven, He was very,
Oh,
very
yeah.
strongly opinionated about things.
That's right. I know that character. I know that Raven. Very good
Yes.
Raven.
Yes.
So the Wellspring, I think, because the only connection we haven't really made is the Archer to the Wellspring. Maybe the Archer can seek some healing from the Wellspring, from a Wellspring. Maybe in repentance for what they did.
Yeah, I was thinking about that.
Yeah, I think, and perhaps the current Guardian is, I think, to be a guardian of the Wellspring, you have to be super understanding and super respectful, and you have to be okay with hearing and dealing with some messed up things, because you're here to help everybody, no matter what they've done or who they are.
And the Archer is very much a case of like, you did bad things because you have trauma,
Yeah.
but it was still a shitty thing to do.
Yeah, and so perhaps this relationship between the current guardian was was very much a kind and loving one, where it's just like, you're not a bad person. You have done a bad thing, but that does not make you a bad person. Here's what we can do. Like, here's how we can slowly work towards forgiveness for yourself, not having to accept and come to terms with the fact that forgiveness might not come from the person you hurt, and having to be okay with that. It's a
Yes, I love
tough
this.
feeling.
I love this message of like, what is the word?
I don't know.
Like
I can't read your mind.
a judicial system where it's about like getting to the root of why people commit crimes, and then helping them so that they won't
There's a word for that? I didn't know there was
so
a
that
specific word for that.
I don't know the word. I'm sorry. Reparations?
But we get the point.
Yeah, that we're not reparations.
It's
maybe.
like, I don't think it's reparations.
But it's something. Chat. If you know the word that I am thinking of, rehabilitation.
Rehabilitation. Thank you, Explorer Rowan.
Thank you. Yeah, rehabilitation based, instead of punishment based. That kind of situation we're setting up here.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Awesome. I love that.
That's good.
All right. So this is our cast of characters and their relationship to each other. These three icons. So next we start creating a mythology. More of a mythology. So whoever the last person who spent looking at the stars is the first gazer. So
Gay. Sir.
Oh, captions.
The captions did not render my joke.
good.
Captions rarely capture humor. If we're talking actual physical stars, it was probably last summer. I did, however, spend 3 hours 2 days ago looking at the fictional stars of my D&D world.
I think that can count.
I don't know if that counts. Cool.
Might as well count. All right. So the gazer. So on each turn, the gazer draws a card and draws a constellation on the star chart. So.
No, I was really hoping for not a 2. I got the 2 of spades.
2 of spades. Okay. So that means.
I have to draw a constellation with 2 stars.
Yep.
Yep.
And I don't get to elaborate on it at all
Nope.
because that is the role of the teller. So I'm just gonna pick some random stars because I don't have a lot to work with because there's only 2 of them. There you go.
Vico, do you want to be the first listener?
Sure. So the first listener names the constellation. It's just a line.
It's just a
but
line.
there is this little helpful thing about the suits can provide characteristics. So creation, discovery, invention are the characteristics of a spade card. So if that helps.
It does. It's also what? That's spade, and then the 2 of spades on the themes page represents reflection.
Oh, right. There's also what the book refers to as the muse, which is a bunch of different charts for each of the cards to help sort of spark creativity.
They've been very helpful for us in the past
Very.
playing this game.
Constellations, how often do constellations actually look like what we say they are?
Let's see.
Very true.
Reflection. I kind of it's just a line, so this is gonna be very like on the nose, but I kind of want to name it the wand.
Okay.
It's yours to name.
Yeah.
It is. The wand. All right, and Avery is playing the teller.
That's me. All right,
Good.
the teller creates the story associated with the constellation. You get to dictate the characters in the story and what happens to them.
And the listener can interject with a question.
Yes.
I have so many ideas for this constellation.
I'm
Right.
so sorry.
I'm gonna
okay.
draw a card to figure out relationships and stuff like that. Hey, where's my mouse? There it is. Queen of Hearts.
Off with
Indebted.
her head.
The wizard who owns the wand. The wizard who owns the wand made some tarts. Is that what we're getting at? I'm
Yes.
kidding.
All right.
I want a tart now.
No, I want a tart.
Oh,
I want
I
a
like
tart.
that relationship.
Indebted and in benefactor.
Aha! Hoo-hoo.
Ooh.
Okay. And the theme is reflection?
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay. Okay. This story is going to take place between Okay. Sorry, I'm trying to think. There was an old mage, a wizard of some kind, who had gone to a wellspring, and it was during this time when the wellspring was very, very calm. And in it, you can see your own reflection. And he had an idea. He's been super busy doing things. He couldn't be in 2 places at once. So he used his wand, placed it against the surface of his reflection, and drew out his reflection. into the real world. And now there's his reflection here with him to do what he can't do at the same time. And for a while it worked. This exchange worked. He no longer had a reflection, so he no longer showed up in mirrors or anything like that. But he was able to get a lot of things done now. A lot of potions he made and a lot of spells he created, and I just noticed, is that bat on your head, Pico?
Yeah.
I'm like, hang
You can't really see it on the stream, but Miko does in fact have a stuffed bat on its head.
there it is. Sorry, I got so distracted by that. Okay.
Right.
Anyway, back to the reflection. Eventually the reflection started feeling, well, like a shadow of the real self. And you have so many like creatures with you right now, Vico.
My apartment is full of small creatures. I could get the angel that you
No.
fear and despise.
It's such
No.
a cute angel. It's so cute.
One of these days we're gonna have a stream where I just introduce the audience to all of the little creatures
Yes.
that live in my home.
I fully support this.
Sheesh. Okay.
I'm so here for that.
Anyway, back to the wizard, which I haven't named, but this is an archetypal story, so you can just
It's a
be a wizard.
folktale. People don't get named.
Yeah.
Song's in my head now.
Yeah, his reflection felt underutilized and felt like it was being used. He felt like he was giving a lot and not receiving anything in return. And for this, he abandoned his wizard reflection himself and wandered throughout the land, and the wizard had to go and apologize and return to a wellspring to sort of figure out what he did wrong and like figure that out for himself. And then eventually he was able to get the reflection to come back, and he was able to apologize and get his reflection back. And eventually the reflection wanted to be put back into the wellspring, to be put back into the to being used as just a reflection, because they didn't want to be a tool. They just wanted to be a reflection.
Back in the kiln.
Put me back in the kiln. He's not done.
He's not finished. I'm just thinking about the caretaker of the wellspring being like, so, wizard man, maybe you shouldn't have treated a thinking individual as like a tool that you could just move around as you pleased. He has thoughts and feelings too, And the wizard is just like, he what?
He what? Yeah. So you have to ask questions now as listeners.
I forgot that I was supposed to do that. In fact, I was supposed to, sometimes the listener is supposed to like interrupt.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't do that. Um,
You just let me talk.
yeah, I did. You were telling the story and I was into it. What did the reflection do on his journey?
He got to see what things were like beyond in places where there weren't any reflections. So he got to spend time in the dark. Spend time in places where there were no mirrors, no reflections. Got to see the world. Got to
What sort of emotions did he feel when he experienced dark for the first time?
Yeah, that's fascinating. You could write a whole story just about that.
yeah. He was
Yes, we do have a finite amount of time tonight, so we do. What
Yeah.
were some of the things he experienced?
well fascination. This innate it's this terrible feeling, and terror in the sense that it like fills awe, like this feeling of this strong emotion, um and and a satisfaction, this fact that he's existing in a space where he's never existed before, um and he's safe in that space as well. I think it was a little overwhelming at first, but yeah.
Cool.
Love
Okay.
that. Captions, please. I said love that. The captions are gonna force me to enunciate more clearly than I have since my middle school oration classes.
I have never in my life enunciated anything clearly because I speak too quickly.
That's okay. All right. So that's that turn. So why don't I draw a constellation this time?
All right.
And
And I will name it, and Vico will tell the story.
sure.
Is that how it works? Cool.
Nice.
All right, let me draw a card.
Wow,
Boop.
the captions come up with ridiculous things for your name, Vico.
All right.
There's an example right there.
It was close. It was so close.
All right. So I almost said I rolled a 3. I pulled a 3. Hmm. Hang on. There's got to be something. Oh, there is so there's at the end, this is for both Vico and Moon. At the end of the PDF there's rules reference for what you do when you what number you draw.
Oh, right.
Um because there's a special thing with two, with two, with
Yes.
two. So but we're okay. Um so I pulled a 3. So I'm going to draw a constellation with that many stars.
You pulled three of hearts, right? So
Yeah.
it's
So it's going to be a story about love, jealousy, and relationships. If you would like to think on that.
and the three of hearts represents collection.
Collection. Hmm.
Oh, wait, no. It's supposed to be just 3.
Oh, interesting.
That's
Okay.
certainly something.
Hey.
Sorry, what is the theme? Let me see. That's the wrong tab.
The
The theme for hearts is
Love, jealousy,
love, jealousy, and
relationships.
relationships, and the theme for the three of hearts specifically is collection.
oh, yeah.
Oh, I have too many ideas. I can't like focus my energy enough. Okay. Oh, how do I encapsulate all these ideas into a name? Okay. Uh, uh, words are hard.
Words are
It's
hard.
right there. And I
You don't
can't.
need to
Yeah.
you don't need to go for like to follow the theme if you don't want to.
I know, but I have so many ideas and I just can't.
Having three-dimensional thoughts that need to be put into a two-dimensional medium.
Yes. Okay. So the way my naming convention works is I use Google Translate and then I modify. So we are going to name this one. Uh, okay, yes, sorry, I'm getting there.
It's all right.
To help if my hands would stop shaking. There we go. There we go. So is Triska, which comes from the Nepali word for jealousy. So
Ooh.
Ooh,
do that what you will, Vika.
heck. um,
Did that totally throw off your?
no, I didn't have any. I didn't have anything. Head empty, no thoughts.
That's a mood.
So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna draw another card to kind of give me a bit of a bit more of a guide to go off of.
Yeah.
Boop. So I got the Ace of Hearts, which for relationships is bound by fate.
Ooh.
Ooh.
And for themes is departure.
Ooh. Mm.
So, and it's between the Raven and the Archer, so we're gonna go places with this one.
Yeah.
So I think the Raven kind of, as the Oracle, kind of already knew that the archer was going to shoot at them, or at least knew that a betrayal was coming, but decided to continue to trust people and put their trust into people rather than close themselves away in an attempt to escape a betrayal.
So what does the constellation represent? A person or a thing or a moment?
The constellation represents the forces that kind of manipulated the archer and the raven into the situation where the archer shot at the raven. I think
Love that.
so. It's named after the Napoli word for jealousy. So I think there were other forces like that were jealous of the raven's power.
I like it.
Let me see. It looks let's say the owls, or the owl was jealous of the raven's power and whispered in the archer's ear, sort of twisting the misfortunes that the archer had faced into being the raven's fault. Until the archer decided or was led to the decision to shoot down the raven. And since the constellation is like in front of the arrow, I almost want it to be that instead of ending up shooting the raven, the archer accidentally shoots the owl instead.
I love that. Yes.
Like
irony.
And yeah, it's a bit of a like the owl tried to manipulate the archer into killing the raven and instead through their own manipulations ended up getting hurt themselves.
And I feel like that's a good representation of how fate works sometimes.
Yeah. But instead of like the archer was instantly like, oh fuck, I shot someone. Oh shit, I was trying to kill the raven. That's bad.
Yeah,
That's awful. The
wake up call.
The owl was like, no, you fool, you idiot. You were supposed to shoot the raven, and then I would be the most powerful of the birds, and everyone would like me instead. And like, so the owl was like a bit more entrenched in the like, in the mindset. Instead of like regretting their actions, they were they just blamed everyone else. And I wonder if the raven maybe set things up this way, like knew that the betrayal was coming, knew the owl had something to do with it, and like purposefully flew in such a way that the owl would get caught non-fatally by the arrow.
So how did this entire experience impact the owl? Did it change the owl's perspective? Did it?
At first it didn't, or at least not as quickly as the archer. The owl spent a long time like one of its wings was wounded and it could no longer fly, and it spent a long time blaming everyone else for what happened. And like, yeah, it's true that the archer was the one who shot it, but the archer only shot the arrow at all because of the owl's manipulations. And I think the archer came back years later and like had this kind of sit down talk after being at the wellspring, had this like come to Jesus moment, come to the Raven moment of like, look, I'm sorry that I shot you and injured your wing. I've had a lot of time in therapy to get over the way you emotionally abused me.
Too real.
And I see now that you're
Yeah.
like a sad and piteous creature who's ruled by your jealousy, and I think you need some therapy too. So let's do this.
Yes. So I think then, did the Raven sort of subtly pull the strings behind the entire thing to help both the archer and the owl in the long run?
Yes,
Cool.
I want to say yes. I think that's what happened.
Maybe there's some contention about it. Maybe
Yeah, maybe the stories don't agree.
Yeah, some
Yeah.
people say the Raven definitely did this, or no, the Raven had nothing to do with this and was just as shocked as the archer was.
Yeah, there's different schools of thought of like either the Raven is subject to the whims of fate or the Raven is able to manipulate the currents of fate. And there, so it's like a regional thing. Some regions are like, yeah, the Raven can totally affect fate. And so if we ask the Raven for help, they'll help us. And then there's other regions where it's like the Raven is just a messenger of fate. And when things happen, they happen, and you just need to deal with that.
I like it.
I like that a lot.
So I guess the owl is kind of Judas Iscariot in this situation, except eventually the owl gets therapy too.
The owl
Because
is
everyone who needs therapy should go to therapy.
yeah.
Therapy
true.
is good.
We believe in rehabilitation and moving past your sins.
Yes.
And go to therapy.
And go to
Yes.
therapy.
And
That is
no,
the moral
your
of this entire game.
yes,
go
and
to
no, your friends are not therapy.
They are not therapy. Don't do that to your friends.
All right. I don't have any questions because I was just too enraptured by both of you talking. Just that happens sometimes. There's these moments of where you two are talking to each other, and I just sort of sit back and I just go, "This is nice.
Aw.
This is nice."
I'm glad.
I forgot you can't see me. I have turtled into my hoodie.
Aww.
Yeah, Moon is turtling.
Very
I don't know
good.
how to accept compliments.
Good. Okay. I don't know why I said that. Vico, you draw the constellation this time, and I will name it, and then
And I get to tell the story.
and Moon gets to tell the story.
Me, my turn.
So draw the card.
An ace of spades.
Ooh.
There's something special about the ace, right?
What are
Yes.
the
Maybe
rules
something
for
different.
aces? When you draw an ace,
Ooh.
create a new icon. Draw a constellation using between 2 and 10 stars.
I'm excited.
Okay. So we have the healer, the oracle, and the betrayer so far.
Yeah.
What do spades represent? Spades, creation, discovery, and invention.
Ooh.
Fun, 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 fun. I did not mean to become Tigger in that moment.
Fun.
I think it was justified.
Ooh, Ace of Spades is persecution.
Ooh. Hmm.
I already have ideas and you haven't even drawn the constellation yet.
I'm gonna fall back on an old favorite trope of mine.
Well, remember, you don't get to name it.
Yes.
I get to name it.
Aw, fuck.
You don't get to do anything except connect the stars.
Yeah, just draw.
That's true. Okay. How many fucking
Between 2 and 10.
stars? Between 2 and 10. Let me find... This area is pretty clear of stars, so let's just... Womp. 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 And...
Oh.
Womp.
Ooh.
Alright, I'm done.
All right.
It's all you.
Ooh.
It's out of my hands.
Okay, what were you thinking? Just so I don't want to.
Oh, well, originally I was going to go with a Weaver archetype.
Okay.
But then you reminded me that it was entirely out of my hands, so I just drew a random shape for fun.
Okay.
Awesome.
But the archetype that I was thinking of was the artist.
Okay.
The artist or the lover.
Ooh. Ooh.
So
Okay. Huh.
I have drawn it. So Avery names it, and then Moon gets to tell a tale showing this icon's relationship to at least one other icon.
Okay. Here's
Now, is the wand... Are the new
Yeah.
constellations also icons, or just the 3?
no,
main
just the
ones?
3. So this is going to be a
Got
4th
it.
icon. Yeah.
Cool. Cool, cool. See, my issue is I want to do all 3 roles at the same time. It's like,
you know,
I
might
have
as well.
ideas.
I think it says
of
at
this.
least one
And-
to at least one other icon, so you can do multiple.
No, I meant I want to be the gazer and the teller and the questioner
Oh.
all at once.
That's what we do when we play it 2-person, so it could be interesting to try and do that, to use the 2-person rules, but
Because I know exactly what this could be to represent the artist.
All right.
But I'm not going to say anything.
So let me name it, and
Yep.
then I'll explain why I named it this.
the mortifying ordeal of your creation being entirely out of your hands.
Yeah, it's
It's
really
something, right?
hard. I don't like it.
That's art, baby.
Yeah.
Once you put it in the world, it's in there. Not
Yeah.
yours anymore.
Oh.
Oh,
Huh,
what
that
you doing?
completely changes the trajectory of my story.
You're welcome. So I'm
What?
naming it Longing, and I'm imagining it as if it was a person sort of reclined, holding up an image of their lover.
Oh. That is not at all where my brain went, but I love it.
Yeah.
I too love it. So these are, so down here is like the feet,
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
head.
the last line you did is the picture.
Nice. I love that.
Okay. And the lover archetype. It's not warranted. Okay. So despite the archer's difficult circumstances throughout his life, their life, whichever pronouns were used.
I think the archer is an ever-changing figure because
Fair.
people of all walks of life can do things that they regret.
We're gonna go with he for this story. just
Yeah.
because. He often was very lonely, and his loneliness was what the owl sort of grasped onto to manipulate, because the raven controls fate. Why has fate dictated that you be lonely? There's no reason for you to be lonely. You don't have to be lonely. The raven is making you be lonely, basically. And
Oh, so it's
um,
incel logic.
Oh God.
um, but when the archer was at the wellspring, he met someone who almost had a hero worship sort of thing of the archer, and like had heard about the archer's incredible skill and wanted to be just like the archer, and to to try and right wrongs of, like, make sure you try and resolve your regrets before it's too late, and that sort of thing was going on. And this individual wanted nothing more than to travel with the archer, but the archer knew that his journey wasn't safe and wasn't easy, and so he refused. When this individual said, "Please, can I travel with you?" He said, "No, it's too dangerous. It's too difficult. I wouldn't ask anyone to go through what I have to go through."
I'm imagining
And
like a scene from a movie or where the young hero approaches like the grizzled badass and it's like, I want to be just like you, and the grizzled badass is like, no, you don't.
You
I may
really?
have just listened to the episode of Vox Machina where they meet
Oh,
Kainen for the first time. Um,
The boy.
the boy.
Spoilers for Vox Machina. Sorry. But basically, wow.
Yeah.
Vox
Agita.
Machina. I got it.
Yeah.
Anyway, but yes, that exact sort of thing. And so the one thing that the archer did agree to was to give this individual some sort of memento of him. Gave him an arrow from his quiver, and that is what this constellation represents. He's looking at the arrow from the archer.
Oh.
What happened to him after that? Not the archer, but
The
Um,
longer.
yeah.
I didn't get that far. I
I think
think he sort of went
Oliver?
on a hero's journey of his own, and while it wasn't as well known or as
God damn it, Oliver.
um, or as sort of, I feel like sometimes the archer's story can get a bit romanticized, of like, he did all these great things and it was wonderful and fabulous, when in reality it was not. But I think
Kind of
this
sucks.
individual had
Hi, Oliver.
more of a, I'm trying to come up with an example, less of a Hercules story and more of a like Hermes story, where like he was always on Olympus, but still like had a hero's journey of his own, so to speak. So like the boy who met the archer sort of used it to inspire him to, regardless of where he was, to strive to have every encounter be positive, to leave things better wherever he went, and sort of take after the archer in that way, even though his life wasn't as
I love that.
Didn't involve as Herculean of tasks.
And then he grew up and got hot and they fell in love.
Maybe that's not the part of the story I'm telling with this particular constellation.
Okay. Okay. Yeah, that was nice. All right.
Sorry, I was still stuck on the whole like the archetype is almost the lovers instead of the artist.
Yeah,
And the whole longing thing.
that's true.
I took it. That's true. I took the longing. I took the unwarranted longing less as lover and more as hero, idol, sort of thing. But who knows?
Eventually you realize your heroes are just people and that you too can be a
Yep.
hero, even in a small
Yep.
way.
Your
And then
heroes.
you grow up and you get hot and you fall in love.
And you fall in love with your hero.
Your heroes are people, which means you can, with them.
That is not where my brain went. I'm sorry.
Stop it, we're gonna get demonetized.
Like we make any money off of this. All right. Uh. Okay. Why don't we do Moon? Why don't you draw a constellation or draw a card and draw a constellation next, and then we'll.
5 of clubs.
Oh, hang on, let me.
Clubs. Justice. Soft spoken.
Ooh.
Okay, and I have 5 stars to play with.
Mm-hmm.
It's frustrating me, Noah, that I am not going to be able to make the story for this.
That's why you just draw a random shape and you let whatever happens happen.
Yeah. So Vico, you'll be the namer or the first listener, and I'll be the teller, I guess.
Yes.
Okay.
Okay, I'm vibing with this shape already.
Oh, hang on.
There.
Oh my god. These look like eyes. It looks like a shark going, ah!
No,
Ah!
that's all I can see now, Vika.
Have I ruined it for you?
It looks like how
It
they.
looks like a little cartoon kid with spiky hair.
Yep.
I just want to finish the picture now. This is his arm.
It's like the little possum. It's like the little possum that goes ah.
No.
So it's 5 of clubs, which is
Yes.
clubs represents bravery, adventure, and war, and the theme for 5 of clubs is justice.
Justice.
Oh, God. Justice. Reinhardt. Wow, the captions epically failed on that.
It's all right.
I kind of just want to name it the possum,
No.
but I'm not gonna do that.
Resist to the urge.
It also kind of looks like someone in child pose.
Oh yeah, it does.
Sort of.
But I'm also not gonna do that. I'm
trying so hard to stop seeing the face.
gonna call it see if I can write this.
Twine.
twine, like the
Ooh.
material
Okay.
for tying
Ooh.
shit. Anyway, that's for you. Uh,
This is my gift for you.
Fascinating.
Here, thanks.
Here, this is for you. Do with it what you will.
It's garbage. This is
Ooh.
garbage.
Take this shit and get out.
This is an on-fire trash can. Could be a nursery. All right. There's your John Mulaney reference for the night. All right. All right. So, um,
I'm losing it. I'm losing the plot.
bravery, adventure, and war.
Ooh, that gave me a story idea, but it's not my turn to tell the story.
I want to draw a brave little possum.
Focus, Miko.
Oh, you're doing it, huh?
I am. It's more like a rat.
Oh, that's the tail. I got there.
Okay.
I know I should erase it, but I kind of just want to leave it there.
Yeah, just leave it. I'll incorporate it in. It's fine.
Thanks.
Amazing.
I could have used my tablet. Why was I using my mouse?
Miko.
Why am I like this?
Okay. So, oh boy. I want to say on the hero's journey that the lover went on, there was a a battle taking place, a fight between, sort of an event to help prove his worth as a hero and adventurer, um, and um, the possum's really distracting me.
Oh no.
He what is he saying? He's saying ah. And in this, oh my gosh, the battle is of very little consequence. Who is in it? Who fought in it? It's lost to time. But the actions of the we go. Sorry, of the hero, of the lover, and oh my gosh, how am I gonna connect this to twine? Oh my gosh. Okay.
You should have thought of that when
I
we
yeah
started.
yeah I should have, huh?
Don't worry, it's not the plague. It's just that I am a garbage human being made of garbage materials.
That's same hat, friend. Same hat.
All right. I want to say this is a battle at sea, and using the ropes and twine. There we go. Um, they were the first. He was the first person to, or one of the first people to use ropes and stuff in combat, and to tie boats together while they're mid sailing, and tying up his enemies
Instead of killing them,
instead
he
of killing
just
them.
tied
Yes.
them up.
Yeah, tie them up.
Put a little bow on them.
um, perhaps he was facing his greatest enemy yet, old possum beard. I don't know.
I mean, it couldn't just be a giant possum, right?
I guess, yeah, because we have done animals in this, so yeah, just a giant ass possum. This bipedal possum.
So we're going the furry route here.
Yeah. So we have a raven and an owl. Why can't we have a possum?
Isn't it? No reason.
Let it happen. Okay. Um. So he used his twine, which has now become his signature weapon,
Yes.
to swing all about the ship's masts and flying through and use all the swinging back and forth to confuse and confound the possum and bring him to kneel at his feet, tying him up and taking down the feared possum. This isn't one of my best stories, but damn, is it a story. There it is.
There, that's it.
Awesome. I love it.
Ask me questions.
I don't know. It was. I'm not being facetious. It feels like a complete story. Like, I don't know what to ask about.
Hero goes to sea, makes a name for himself using twine to capture his enemies instead of kill them, and then probably like gives them a lecture on like
Be better people.
yeah, stop being evil.
Oh, here's a question.
Okay.
Was he able to tame the possum and make it his friend?
Of course.
Hey, Oliver.
Good.
Every villain can become a friend eventually. I think that's a running theme with all of our stories so far, is the person who you think is the bad guy ends up not becoming the bad guy.
Although Lacey from Callisto 6, adopt everything that tries to kill us.
Mm-hmm.
Avery doesn't let me do that
like
in our
that.
D&D games.
That's a shame.
I was a different person back then. It's fine. I'll let you do it now.
You've been
Yay!
converted.
It's about those Davidians.
So we're getting our own spaceship, yes?
You got as friendly with them as you could possibly get.
Dang it.
Sorry. This is
And then
out of
Situla
context.
threatened them. So
Yeah.
we're kind of at an impasse there.
True.
This
is all about our referring to our Star Trek game that we play every
yes.
other Tuesday right here
Yeah.
that you should watch.
Right here.
We'll
in
be
Queer
playing
Scout.
it this Tuesday.
Hopefully there will be no audio issues.
Hopefully.
So I'm loving the sort of children's picture book vibe that this story had, and I don't think there's anything that I would change about it.
No, it was
Yeah.
great.
Thanks. I guess. I assume that was a compliment.
It
Yes.
was.
Okay.
You know, like children's, like if you give a mouse a cookie and it's just like, why would you give a mouse a cookie?
Who
Why
gives
does
a
the
mouse a
mouse
cookie?
wear pants? And why is the mouse able to ask for a glass of milk? Like, you forget all of that.
Why have
and
you
it's just like,
entirely
you give a mouse a
anthropomorphized this
cookie.
creature?
I think
I
we
love
have
it.
time for one more. So,
Hey.
who should draw? Should I be drawing next, and then moon names, and then you tell, Pico?
Do you want to tell the story, Vico?
Yeah, kinda.
I like watching
Okay,
it
go for it.
squirm when it doesn't know
Go
what
for
to
it.
do, so I would love to watch it.
Avery is mean to me. This just in. Avery is mean
All right, let me draw a
to me
card.
specifically and no one else.
I have to take it out on someone. 4 of diamonds. All right. So diamonds are luck, trickery, and guile, and 4 is just 4. So, but 2, 3, 4.
Nope. It's 4 stars,
No?
not 4 lines.
Ah!
Oh, you're right.
I realized that, and then I still did that anyway. Still did the wrong thing anyway. There we go.
Okay, it looks like lightning, which leads me down a brain tangent that I'm having a really hard time finding right now. Okay,
Oh.
luck, trickery, and guile. I watch. Oh no, I'm not the one who can draw another card. Doo-ba-doo-ba-doo. Okay, I'm gonna see what you do with this. I never know how to spell this word. Hang on. I always double letters in it, and there's not actually any double letters.
There are so many words that I just let autocorrect take care of for me. And there are a lot of words where I'm like, autocorrect, stop it.
Well, the issue is the comic book character, I think,
Harlequin.
has a double letter, which messes me up every time. There you go.
Harlequin. Okay. So 4 of diamonds. Diamonds is luck, trickery, and guile. And the theme for 4 of diamonds is perseverance.
Perseverance.
No, it's perseverance.
I'm just impressed that the captions got that completely correctly.
It can be either. It can be pronounced either way. Let's
But
not
what
get
if
into
I
it.
start a poll in chat like, hey, is it perseverance, however the fuck Vico said it, and or is it the right way?
I will never, ever call people out who mispronounce words because they learned them from reading and not from hearing them.
Avery calls me out on every word I mispronounce ever.
I am not nice.
So I kind of have an idea, but I'm thinking about which characters I want to include in it.
Okay.
So it's the Harlequin. I'm gonna make this about tangentially about the archer, but mostly about the owl and a cat.
Ooh.
Yes.
So after the archer has had this like come to Jesus conversation with the owl, basically going like, hey, sorry I physically harmed you, but you emotionally abused me. It was an accident and we all need therapy. Let's all go to therapy.
Let's all go
The
to
owl
therapy.
is kind of like slowly, with a lot of backsliding and a lot of steps forward, backward, like 2 steps forward, 1 step back 2 steps forward, 5 steps back kind of situation going on of like getting toward being a better person. And into this situation comes a cat. And the owl can no longer fly because of its wing. And so one day it's hopping around, it's muttering under its breath, like, meh, 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 I need to reach this thing that's up in a tree, but I can't fly to it. And this sucks. And a cat appears and says, oh, you need what's up in that tree? I'm pretty good at climbing up trees. I can help you. And
What's the cat's name?
we don't name things here. This is
Okay.
a folk tale. It's just a cat.
Okay.
It's named Pepper.
Easy Pepper. Oh,
I
baby.
think it's an orange cat.
Oh, Pepper.
I love that. I totally assumed it was a black cat, and you just nope. I love it.
We love challenging assumptions here. Always having cats,
Yes.
but always having cats.
Also, I wanna pause here and say that the archivist says that they use both pronunciations, and
I knew this was coming.
depends, and therefore I am right.
Okay. I won't.
Anyway.
I won't question.
So the owl is kind of like, oh no, cat, I know your game. You're always messing with us birds. There's got to be like, you're gonna pull some tricks on me here. But the cat is like, no, I'm just gonna I'll get the thing for you. And goes up the tree before the owl can protest anymore, and knocks the thing down. And the owl gets it and is like, okay, well, I guess you kept your word. Thanks. And is about to walk away, and the cat says, so issue. The owl goes, what? The cat is like, so I'm pretty good at climbing up things. Forgot I'm not that good at getting down. And the owl was like, oh, for fuck's sake. And the cat is like, can you help me? Can you help me out here? The owl goes, I can't fly. I don't know what you want me to do. They go back and forth on this for a while, with the owl getting increasingly frustrated until the cat is just like, seriously, I'm really scared and I don't know what to do and I'm getting hungry and I want to get out of this tree, dude, and I did you a solid, so can you just help me out here? And the owl is just like, fine, okay, fine, I'll go get someone to help. And so the owl first goes to the hare and goes, hey, hare, the cat is stuck in a tree, can you help me out? And the hare is like, first of all, fuck you. I hate your guts. Second of all, what do I look like? I'm a hare. Do you think I can climb a goddamn tree? Fuck you. And the owl's like, oh, okay. Well, the owl has to try really hard not to have, like, not to be mean. And it's just like, deep breaths, calm breaths, deep breaths. And moves on and talks to the fox. And the fox is like, yeah, that doesn't really seem to be a me problem. Sounds more like a you problem.
Ooh.
Anyway, how do I even know you're telling the truth? Everyone knows you lied to the archer. And the owl is like, okay, but I'm telling the truth. And if you're not going to help me, can you point me to someone who can help me? And this just goes on and on. The owl spends like all day going from one individual to the next, and they're either like, wish I could help, but I don't trust you, and also I can't climb. Or actually I hate you and I bet you're lying and how dare you talk to me? And the owl is just like, why is it so hard to be a good person? I could be back home having a nap, not dealing with this, but then has this moment of like, but the cat will still be stuck in the tree. Oh my god, Oliver.
Here it
Oliver,
comes.
please. The cat will still be stuck in the tree, and the cat did help me, so I should help them out too. And eventually ends up like running into the archer. Or, well, it's more like the owl just kind of sits down and has this little tantrum moment of, I am just trying to
Aw.
find someone to help me help the cat because the cat helped me and is now stuck in a tree because they helped me and no one will help me help the cat and I hate this. And while they're having this tantrum, the archer happens along. It's like, whoa, what's going on? And the owl is like, the cat is stuck in a tree and no one believes me and no one will help and someone needs to help the cat get down and I can't, so I've been looking for someone to help them all day and they're probably starving. They've missed dinner and I've missed dinner and this sucks. And the archer is like, okay, I'll help you. Where's the cat? And they go to the tree where the cat was, and the cat has climbed down on its own and it's sitting at the base of the tree just like washing its face. And the owl is like, dude, what the fuck? And the cat is it's like, oh, I was wondering whether you'd give up or not. I could always get down from the tree. I was lying. And it's like, why? Why were you lying to me? What? I went around all day trying to find someone to help you. I was worried. And the cat is like, that's why.
Oh,
Because I wanted to see if you were actually changing or if you would just give up and leave me. And you passed. Good job. And the owl's like, I hate this.
poor owl.
I wish
What
you
else
were
do I
still
love
stuck in the
everything about
tree.
it?
I'm glad you're down from the tree, but I also wish you were still stuck in the tree. I hate this. And the archer is like, dude, that's kind of a messed up thing to do to someone. But okay. I get where you're coming from, but let's not do that again. The cat's just like, I can't change my nature. Wanders off. And
No promises.
that's the story of the Harlequin.
I love it so much.
That's Pepper the Harlequin. Any questions?
Why does the constellation look like it does?
I don't know. I kind of forgot about the shape of the constellation while I was in the midst of telling this
I love
story.
it.
Maybe that's
I
the
mean-
tree branch that it was stuck up on.
Yes.
I was going to say the cat has that sort of marking on its forehead,
Oh yeah.
but either way.
Cat can't change its stripes.
I love
There we
how
go.
like, every aspect of this mythos that we've built has been exactly about changing your stripes until the very end, where we get a character who's just like, I'm not even going to try.
I can't change my
I'm
nature.
going to try.
I feel like this that sort of indicates that like everyone can change their stripes, quote unquote, but you have to actually want to
Yes.
do so, or you actually have to actively try to do so, and the cat just doesn't care because there's honestly like the way the cat is doing it, it didn't hurt anybody.
It did make the owl suffer through a whole day of like walking around trying to find someone to help. But that was kind of the point, was the owl could have given up and the cat would have been fine, but the
Yeah.
owl didn't know that.
If the cat was an icon, it would be like the trickster, I think.
Yeah.
If it was an
Yes,
archetype, it would probably be a
definitely.
trickster. Yeah. Wow. That was. I don't really have any questions because that was amazing.
I love this.
Same. I want to keep playing.
I
Let me tell
know.
more stories.
I
know.
want to write a picture book about the cat
Yes,
tricking
I
the
want
owl.
to read. I want this to be published so I can buy it for my nibblings.
That would be great. Thank you to Ryan Kahn for making this wonderful game. So great.
Thank
We
you.
played
I
it
have
3
so
times.
much fun every time we play this game.
Oh, it's so good. It's just so good.
It's
We're
so good.
I really want to use this game to make some lore for our Pathfinder game that we're working on.
Let's do it.
Yeah, so this game might come back on a different day.
It'll
Soon.
definitely come back. We love playing this game.
Yeah. But yeah, thank you so much for watching, for tuning in. If you're still with us, thank you so much. It's great to have you here. Great to have people to talk to and interact with while we play. It's always great.
I hope this has inspired some of you to check out this game and play it with your friends.
Yes, please.
Someone asked me, where do you find this game? How do you get access to this game?
So you can find it on itch.io under Ryan Kahn or just Told by Starlight. So itch.io is where we have it. I think that's the only place. That's the only place I know of where you can find it. But yeah. So yeah. So and when we put the VOD out, I usually link the creators itch.io page or whatever page that they mainly use. So keep an eye out for the VOD to come out, and you can find it there. Or even I can even tweet out the link for it too. So that's such an idea that I just had right now that I might do. Yay me.
Cute.
Yay.
Yeah.
Nice brain thought.
Ooh, brain thought. Wow, that doesn't happen often.
That's not true.
Thank you again for watching. Thank you again to Ryan Kahn for making this game. We will see you again tomorrow for some... We're actually changing it up. We're going to play some Star Wars The Old Republic.
Yeah, it's
yeah.
an old favorite MMO of mine, and I am going to force Avery to play it with me.
Yep.
So join us for that.
Yep. Yeah, and we'll see you again on Monday, and then on Tuesday for Stars I Shall Find, a Star Trek Adventures campaign coming back again.
the
So
entire-
excited for, because we left off on a cliffhanger, and it's
The
been
entire bridge crew getting flooded with Dari's anxiety.
Yep.
A desire
I've never-
to punch things.
It's such a rewarding feeling leaving players on a cliffhanger, because it's like I know how Eric Campbell feels when he does it. It's just like it's like
You have learned from the cliffhanger master.
from the
Eric.
and
masters.
I've just been sitting here like, what's gonna happen next? What's
Hmm.
Avery gonna do to us next?
What is she gonna do to you next? Haha. But yeah, tune in on Tuesday at 7 p.m. Eastern time for that. We will catch you then. Have a good night. Stay safe. Stay
Bye
happy.
now.
Yep. Bye bye.
Bye bye. Thanks for joining us.